just spent 2 months at home every day.
Every day.
But we're opening up now, and I'm returning to do essential surgeries, so I'm happy about that.
It's been a crazy period of time, obviously, for everyone. We're super grateful that we have a really fabulous place to quarantine, but it was definitely a bit of a transition. You know, Terry's not used to being home, so he thought at first it was going to be a Corona vacation, walked around like he had just scrubbed in for surgery, didn't touch anything. He was getting up at noon, going in the pool, doing his thing, living his best life. And finally, after cooking 172 meals, washing 1 million dishes, and homeschooling, I said, you know what? Time to pitch in.
So I went back to work.
So I can assume that you're excited to get back to work.
We're all excited.
I am excited. You know, there's a lot of people, you know, I do primarily botched surgery. So a lot of the surgery I do is people who have scars and painful wounds. So it's really essential, a lot of what I do, not just cosmetic.
And Heather, you have also been quite busy at home. You have 4 kids. How are you balancing all of that? Are you homeschooling? You're cooking?
The homeschool is pretty negligent for me, to be honest with you, because they're pretty self-sufficient and most of our kids are older. The cooking, that's another story.
That's also negligent. No.
Well, I think the kids wish it was more negligent because they don't really love my cooking, but I've really embraced this whole thing. I have a little chef's hat now that says Chef Heather, and people are following me now on Instagram and watching my cooking escapades. So that's been really fun. Of course, I have my podcast, Heather Dubrow's World, which I do twice a week, and easy to do from home while the kids are doing their schooling. So that's been great. But what's been super fun for me is launching my fashion line, Heather's Closet, on shophq.com. I actually have a purse sitting over here. That's one of my little bags, which I absolutely adore. And it's been so fun because I love being creative. I love creating things. I love designing. I love designing homes. And Terry told me he's never moving again, and this is it. So I needed another creative outlet.
Which I feel, though, it's okay because your house is massive. It's an okay place to be forever.
Yeah, we got really lucky. I mean, what I didn't realize is we have so many kids here. So luckily the house is so big that I could socially distance from my kids during the quarantine.
By the way, he's joking, but he's not. There was like about 4 weeks in where he just couldn't take it. The Corona vacation was over. The reality set in that he was not going back to work anytime soon. And he was so irritated by the kids that he would literally text me when I was downstairs in the kitchen feeding them like, are they done? Can I come down now? I'm like, the coast is clear. Come down.
What do you think the biggest challenge has been? Having your 4 kids all in the house together, everyone just in one place all the time.
I think for me, it's going from 100 miles an hour to literally nothing overnight. And in the beginning, Heather and I weren't used to spending that much time together. I mean, I come home from work and we spend all our time together, but all day and all night. And we had a little bit of a challenge in the beginning. I mean,
it was like the vacation that never ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we worked, I mean, I remember we had a week or two that was kind of tough.
It was a solid week, I think.
Yeah.
But we worked through it. We got on the other side of it. I think for our kids, obviously from ages 9 to 16, not having friends around is very difficult. Even in the, social media age where they are communicating, it's still really tough for them. For us, we actually really like to be alone. We don't hang out with a lot of couples very often, but the big challenge for us is that we like to be alone, but we like to go out.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's been kind of hard.
Yeah, we've been sitting around going, which one of us is going to serve us? Because it's not me.
It's always me.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're the one that's been cooking with the chef's hat. I would imagine that would just be a full thing.
Chef Heather is like a full service chef. There's serving, there's cleaning,
That's so funny. Now, are you guys following your keto? I see your book right there, so we have to talk about it. Are you following this diet in quarantine?
So this is the Dubrow Keto Fusion Diet, which is not keto and it's not intermittent fasting the way our other diet was, but it's the best of both of them in that you get to eat during the day, which you don't on intermittent fasting. You get to eat carbs and fruits and vegetables, which you don't on keto. But we use science and actually the neurology literature to invent a diet that's called cyclical ketogenesis, where you're eating, but you're also fat burning. It's the way the diet is prescribed for you that allows you to eat a well-balanced fruit and vegetables and carbohydrate diet, but in a very particular way that means you burn fat during the day and that you replenish your carbs at night. So it's very sustainable. It's not even really a diet. It's more like a lifestyle.
It really is. I mean, look, the Dubrow Diet, when we wrote that book, it was #1 on Amazon, #1 on Barnes and Noble. It's a great program, but there were still challenges to it because some people didn't want to not eat for 16, 18 hours, or their lifestyle was just prohibitive to that with breakfast meetings, lunch meetings, whatever it was. We always thought the keto diet was interesting, but there were so many negatives to it. You know, as a doctor and a mom, can't imagine being on a diet for the rest of my life where I couldn't have an apple. That's crazy. And let's be practical. I need champagne and we need to have a cheat day. So what we did was we took the two diets, the intermittent fasting from the Dubrow diet and the keto from the ketogenic lifestyle, fused them together in a way that pulls you in and out. It's the best way to describe this, honestly, is like high intensity interval training. We're all very familiar with that, how we raise and lower our heart rate, and that's how we condition our body. So what we're doing is coming in and out of ketogenesis in the same exact way to condition our body to burn fat, but we're getting our carbs back, we're getting our alcohol back, we're getting our cheat day back. So it's not just a diet, it's really just a sustainable lifestyle.
And you guys have been able to keep that up in quarantine?
Well, to be honest with you, the first couple of weeks were no bueno. I mean,
well, that's for anyone.
Yeah. No, not good. The pantry was like my best friend. I went, full, I do everything 100%, listen to me. So we went full carb in, and I definitely gained a few pounds, but then we realized we had to pull it back. So I think what's really important for us to tell everyone is the reason why we're promoting the diet now. It's supposed to come out in March, right when all of this started, and we said, not the time. But now, as we see the light at the end of the tunnel, what we want to say to everyone is, come out of this situation, not just looking your best. Yes, there's the weight loss, absolutely. But we want you to feel your best, be your healthiest, boost your immune system, and be healthy so that we can go into this next phase being ready and strong.
I know you guys have not been a part of the Real Housewives of Orange County for quite some time.
I wish I could spill some tea for you, but the truth is that I didn't watch the show before I joined, and I haven't watched since. You know what? I love the franchise. The franchise is amazing, and I really, really believe that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and that this show, it just has its own life force, and it continues to move and grow. I was a little surprised when I heard Tamara wasn't coming back, but I think, like I said, this show is like a living organism and needs to keep evolving, and Tamara's amazing, and she's going to end up doing something super cool.
You're still friends with Tamara, right?
Mm-hmm.
So have you talked to her? Like, is she doing okay?
Yeah, she's doing great. She's got a smoking CBD business, and she's got some projects lined up. She's doing great. It's so funny. She sent us some CBD products because she has these new soaking salts. And I said, would you send me something for the dog? And I kind of forgot about whatever. So I go to open the box, and I'm looking through it. She's got these gummies. Now, anyone that knows me knows I'm addicted to gummy candy. Like, you put a gummy in front of me, I can't contain myself. And they're bacon flavored. And I'm like, gosh, that's so weird. I didn't want to text her and be like, Tamara, really bacon flavored gummies? That's kind of gross. And then I couldn't bear it. I'm like, well, I must try one. So I opened it up, and they were in the shape of bones. And I'm like, oh, it's for the dogs. Oopsies.
That is amazing. Now, did you give her any advice, or Vicky any advice when you found out their departure on the show? How you so gracefully did it? Did you give them any advice?
Not like that. I haven't really spoken to Vicky in a while. I think we bumped into her 6 months ago at a restaurant. But Tamara I did speak to, and I didn't need to give her any advice. Tamara, she's so smart and she's so together. And I think that she was ready. And she's actually not a kind of person, if I knew her before the show, that I would ever expect to be on a show. like this. She's actually a homebody. She loves her family and her kids and time with Eddie and being outdoors. I think she's going to transition beautifully.
Now, would you guys ever go back on the show?
Never say never. I don't want to
I'll say it.
Never. I can't imagine it at this point.
I mean, you know, can you go back to junior high school? Can you go move into your old sorority again? I don't know.
I don't think so. That's why, you know, after I left the show, there was like people were writing stories. I don't know why people how they figured these things out. Like when you unfollow people, and they were like, "Oh, Heather unfollowed the cast." Like it was this big thing, and I thought, well, you know, when I graduated college, like I wouldn't keep following my sorority, you know, Twitter feed, because you're like, you go to the next thing, right? Maybe it was a bit of FOMO also, if I'm perfectly honest. But yeah, I can't say at this point going back, but I have great memories, and it was an amazing platform. I'm very thankful.